cool little 60 piece. That's only the neck though.
Last night a bitch nigga shot a real nigga, but we don't make no diss records, we just deal with it. Plus I be going through a lot, I never talk about it, and they using nigga songs in court, so I can't talk about it. Rap niggas think I'm dumb, like I don't see the play. I let them think they got the ups, then get them out the way. On FaceTime, my brother telling me he shot my mama, telling me to chill, but I know he seen that nigga face. But that's enough about that part. Talking about respect, well it's a must about that part. Playing with my money, well then it's up about that part. Cause when it's time to play ball, don't give a fuck about that part. They know I'm that nigga when they see me. Her man crush been a hater and her little brother won't beat me. Her friend been on my dick since I was passing out CDs. Her baby daddy a mark and her boyfriend probably a weenie. 3,300 on my book bag. Left some niggas in the past, but I don't look back. Shit kinda different, I ain't the man that I was. I seen death in too many forms and I ain't never really shook that. Don't let him rock you to sleep, true colors better believe him. I know that God got me, but I be riding with my reaper. Praying with my kids and even then I got my heater. And I be stepping so hard, this hoes in $1,000 sneakers. Take your bitch when I meet her and you ain't seen her in about 3 days. Knew I was a threat, I passed that stick like a relay. Spin it back to back, it's like a motherfucking replay. Turn your son into a bitch when I shoot, I think I'm D-Wade. Told him I'm a savage, if I want it, I'ma have it. Playing with my lettuce, cook your head like a cabbage. Tell them that I'm rich and I'm solid, that's the advantage. Bitch, bad kids, fresh little nigga, you can't stand it. Tell them big checks, yardsticks, not a ruler. All I smoke is ops and I don't never smoke a hookah. Looking for a blessing that's worth of Jesus and Judas. Tell them niggas game 6, my whole team full of shooters. I slide on a nigga like a motherfucking flip-flop. Pressure on your homie and I promise he a flip-flop. Talking that wooty-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't really saying nothing. I know these niggas envy, they can't manage how they feel. Jealousy's for bitches, you niggas pussy for real. A nigga get the drop and he happen to shoot. First we heal up and get back, we ain't going on the shirt, I swear to God, nigga.
That woo-woo, something. I know the police listening, so I ain't saying nothing. Talking that woo-woo, something. Nigga cock back and aim and leave you bleeding where you running, swear to God, nigga.
It's his life on a motorcycle from out of the, I think he's from out of the 60s area, named Kenny Hall, aka Quest. They were having a vigil over there on Hyde Park in Crenshaw
And the police came in acting a fool, man, messing up what them dudes had going on. It was a very peaceful gathering. They were showing some love to their fallen comrade, and it wasn't too much going on outside of, you know, them dudes just showing some love to their friend, to their homie and all that who lost his life. Police came through tripping, abusing the citizens, and doing too much. And with that all being said, what's the deal, y'all? We're Trap Type at 10 and Trap News Network, back at the same, like a crack at the same here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. That good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody call it G-Though. Big dog, tap in with that tap in. Make sure you're in fact tapped in with that good tap in. Hit that like, hit that comment, hit that good subscribe button. Everything we got going on here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. That knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. Hit the like, hit the comment, hit the good subscribe button for everything that we got going on here at 10 and Trap News Network. Notification bell here all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest what we have going on. Make sure you tap in with that tap in, man. We are watching Street TV. Powered by Alex Alonzo, Munchie B, straight politicking. You finna jump into this content without further ado. Don't just get into it. Let's go.
Donut shop. And they were pretty deep. They were out there just paying their respects, and then the LAPD decided to pull up and created a whole commotion, a whole confrontation with the people there, and they ended up taking Lil AD to jail, and a guy named Don Trell, who I've known since he was a teenage kid. He's 28 years old now. Don Trell is Rayshawn Washington's son, and
Raymond Washington's grandson, Don Trell.
And out there showing love to his homies, and the police come out there tripping after your homie just got, lost his life to a motorcycle accident.
And Rayshawn Washington was also out there paying the respects to the young man. In fact, I have a few clips, and I want you to listen closely to the way the media has
the media spun the situation and spun the story, but didn't tell the truth about what really happened as far as the police brutality and LAPD coming into that neighborhood, into that area, and unnecessarily using ridiculous force, using ridiculous tactics, and using ridiculous 1-2 steps like Sierra to create problems and cause skullduggery, larceny, malarkey, and flammery in that situation.
Characterize this incident, and then we're gonna correct it. We're gonna correct it. Let's see. I got a few clips here. Let me play this first clip from. This is from KCAL News.
PD officers turned on after a street takeover. Let's go back up to Desmond Shaw with more in SkyCal. Des.
Well, Juan, here at Crenshaw and Hyde Park, things did just get kind of tense here a couple of moments ago. This is on Crenshaw. We're facing southbound. You see LAPD with this skirmish line. Folks that are up here in this group, we're getting kind of heated and up in LAPD's face. And so officers had to push.
That's actually not true at all. The LAPD started abusing and hitting people with batons for no reason.
Everybody back. And there was even someone in this group that their friends had to hold them back. And they were really, really getting heated at officers right now. So that's just one aspect of this. There were also a couple of people over here on Hyde Park Boulevard, and the police were talking about pushing people out of the way, but it looks like they've dispersed. There was also a couple of people east on the east side of Crenshaw along Hyde Park. There's still a few folks out here as well. So it sounds like this may have all begun before the street takeover. It looks like there was a vigil going on. As I zoom in on the parking lot, you can see all these candles lit for someone that passed away, and so that may have been the precursor to all of this. It's not entirely clear how they went from a vigil to a potential street takeover, but hopefully LAPD will be able to disperse everybody soon. Juan, back to you now in the studio.
Okay, Desmond.
Okay, they have, let me count the number of LAPD cars on the intersection here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
That is a ridiculous amount of cop cars.
18 police cars on the corner of Hyde Park and Crenshaw for this vigil. Now, before we talk about it, I want to play the other one. They're short clips. Here's another clip.
What started as a peaceful vigil in Hyde Park quickly turned violent. LAPD officers were called to Crenshaw.
Isn't it crazy how the media will just repaint the story and repaint the narrative of what's going on and just not actually include any truths at all?
On Hyde Park Boulevards around 9:30 last night. New video from the Citizen app shows an altercation with community members and police. In the end, several patrol cars had their tires slashed. Still not clear why officers were called in the first place. According to a witness we spoke to overnight, the vigil was for Trayvon Pratt. He was killed in a shooting last month, and so far no arrests have been made.
All right.
Hold on, Trayvon Pratt. I thought they said his name was something else.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm just
exactly. So the media's getting it wrong, messing it up. And that's the part right there. So the media that y'all want to trust to hear the story, y'all can't even trust him to get the victims' names correct.
we're gonna talk about the misinformation from these
Trayvon Pratt. That's crazy.
Here's the third clip from Good Day LA.
Cars were reportedly damaged last night after a vigil and street takeover in Hyde Park turned violent.
Mario is live in Hyde Park with more on this. Mario, good morning. Bob Brooke, good morning. Dozens of people gathered here at this South LA intersection to remember a motorcyclist who was killed over the holiday weekend. Police say that peaceful gathering quickly turned violent. Take a look. We have video here from the scene showing some of the aftermath. Damage, including several tires slashed from LAPD patrol cars. This started around 9:30 last night at the intersection of Hyde Park and Crenshaw Boulevards, where about 50 to 60 people met to remember Kenny Hall, a man who was killed in a crash while on his motorcycle near the intersection Sunday night. There were reports that peaceful assembly shifted into a full-blown street takeover with people blocking traffic. Officers arrived on the scene and ordered the crowd to disperse, and that's when they say bottles started being thrown, and at least 8 LAPD patrol cars had their tires slashed, forcing officers to call for backup. LAPD forming a skirmish line to control the crowd and push people back from that intersection. Meanwhile, family and friends attending that vigil say tension started rising once police officers showed up.
We came together. All the community came, all the motorcycle people that he messed with. We all came out here to celebrate his life, and all of a sudden the police just came out of nowhere. Wasn't no fighting, wasn't that. We was just all love out here.
He was a well-loved guy in this community, not just this community.
Big Cat.
He was a member of a motorcycle chapter, so that's their motorcycle life.
All right, so.
Was that Cat?
That was Big Cat, Kevin Doucette from 6-0, OG Cat.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the issue. No one was murdered, like the second story said. The second story had the wrong name. It's Trayvon Pratt. That's not his name. The name of the cyclist is Kenny Hall, a.k.a. Quest. So, and then this whole thing about street takeover. I don't know why the police fed the media this line street takeover. I guess they just want to find a way to make a group
they want to put a bad stigma on the takeover, because the takeover had nothing to do with that.
People assembling a crime. So they'll say they took over the street, so now we can come out there and kick them off the street. And
yeah, but you know, our culture takeover is all the cars hitting donuts and all that, and it wasn't none of that.
Okay, and then those were the media. Those were the media clips. Now I got a clip here from Rayshana Washington's Instagram page. In fact, part of this video was used in the clip, but they didn't play the audio. But listen to the audio in this clip from Rayshana Washington's Instagram page.
So it's amazing how they could get the clip and play the visual, but the media, KCAL9, KTLA, Fox, whatever, will dismiss the audio involved. That's pretty incredible.
Now, there was a shoving. It looks like the police shoved first. A two-hand shove.
The police for sure shoved first. Two-hand thrust
into someone's chest. And then AD and Rayshana's son, they got to, I don't know, scuffling, pushing, shoving. And Rayshana, I believe that's Rayshana, that voice you hear in the background, yelling at the police. But by hearing that audio, you can see how tensions really escalated in that parking lot where the donut shop is at.
I wonder if they go to court yet.
Well, they're okay. Let me go through what happened. Apparently, police officer Mott, M-O-T-T, he's claiming that he was
assaulted.
He was assaulted. So they charged Lil AD and Rayshana's son Dontrell with obstruction and resisting arrest. So they didn't get charged with any assault. So, but they go to court this week. I believe they might be going to court as we're shooting this episode in downtown Los Angeles. And they have no. And let me just add, they both are in custody with no bail.
I'm pretty sure.
Damn, that's weak.
I'm pretty sure Skip and Second Call, they gonna show up in court cause AD, he a part of that community, and he usually called to keep crowds under control, and you know what I'm saying, he a leader in this community as far as, like, you know what I'm saying, keeping stuff mild-mannered, you know what I mean? So, like, for them to lock him up for obstruction, yeah, that's kind of like...
That's counterproductive.
I don't know.
Yeah, I actually remember when AD had he was fighting another case back in, I want to say 2019 or 2020, and I wrote a letter for Lil AD so that we can keep him out of prison and keep him safe out here on the streets doing the work that he does. And it worked. I believe it worked. We was able to keep him out of prison.
How you say his name, Dontrell?
Dontrell.
Yeah, free Dontrell and Lil AD, because AD do the work in the community, so they, you know what I'm saying? That sound like massive chaos. Like, goddamn, did they just hop out blitzing? Like,
oh man, I don't know. I'm sure someone called in.
Pretty much, Mushy B. Pretty much. They just pretty much hopped out, to quote you, blitzing. Yes, sir. Pretty much. I'm pretty sure.
We got a bunch of people out here on the corner of 63rd.
But 18 cars?
And they came deep. And I think there were more cars because I'm only counting the ones that I can see in the shot. You know, it was a helicopter shot, and there was I saw another angle where there were a few more cars. So, and hey, look, this is 6-0 hood. This is rolling 60 hood. This is the 77 division. They getting the call, they going deep.
Y'all used all that. Hold on, they used all them
tax dollars, all that manpower for that.
All them cars. That's damn near a whole unit. For that, they trying to celebrate the home going to somebody.
Oops, sorry about that.
And oh man, I don't know. Police be on BS a whole lot of times, man. Hopefully they kick them loose for sure. But I'm almost positive I could bet any dollar skipping them in court in attendance and letting the judge know, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and by the time this episode airs, they would have already done a press conference. The family, Rayshana Washington, Lil AD's people, and whoever else is part of this, they're doing a press conference, at 77th Division in the front of the police station to speak about how they just kind of came in there and just bullied their way into the crowd and did what they did.
Well, that was a large crowd. That was the only two that went to jail?
Only two that went to jail. They're the only two kind of fighting with the police. And I don't really want to say they're fighting because the cop pushes him first.
Right.
He pushes him first. This is not de-escalation. This is escalation. And I thought these police officers were trained in de-escalation. You got a group of people that are mourning the death of Quest, a.k.a. Kenny Hall.
You gotta think, this not even a gang-related murder or anything, you know what I'm saying?
No, he's somebody who just happened to have a motorcycle accident and lost his life, you know, doing what he loved, riding motorcycles. And the police is coming out like it's World War III around his mother chucker. You feel me?
Lost his life. Where you worried about rivals coming through, shooting, and all? He lost his life on a motorcycle accident. You got people from his bike club out there, not only people from that community. Yeah, that was on BS, man.
Yeah, and whenever there's people mourning, the police have to come in there with de-escalation on their mind. And obviously from this footage that Rayshana posted, they came in there guns blazing, ready to whip some ass and pushing people out in the parking lot. And this young brother didn't care. You're not pushing on me. You're not pushing on me.
Right.
I don't care if you're the police. You're not pushing me.
Right.
And sometimes your reaction to a police pushing you can be legal. If he pushed you for an illegal reason, you have every right to defend yourself.
I mean, if ain't no laws being broken or nothing.
Not at all. The police just come in there, flew, Flamin' Duggan, and larceny. Big shout out to Munchie B. Big shout out to Alex Alonso. We up out here to the next one. Ooh, almost fell. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. Y'all seen that? I almost got tripped just now. We up out here to the next one. Free Avenue Angel Tweets. Free. Red dots to the left. You know the rest. What he said.